2022 Genesis G70. All right, so here she is now, you guys, the new 2022 Genesis G70, finished in Melbourne gray. Let me elaborate on this matte gray paint color real quick. This is part of the launch edition trim. The launch edition trim is going to give you a choice of one of two matte colors, this being one of them. Anyways, let's go ahead and start up front. Of course, a completely revised front end for the 2022 G70. And of course, it adopts that large shield-shaped front grille used by the rest of the current Genesis lineup. Another thing I wanted to point out, though, that adaptive cruise control sensor is still integrated very well into that front grille. So did want to mention that is still there. To the sides, though, LED quad beam headlights do come standard across the board. They, of course, do come with the automatic feature as well, meaning when it starts to get dark out at night, those headlights will turn on automatically for you there. LED daytime running lights also coming standard, and then to the bottom corners there, you guys can probably see it. There are some front air curtains helping direct air around the wheel and tire combination, giving it a little better aerodynamics there as well. But one of my favorite features, I think I've mentioned this in my previous reviews of the G70 as well, is this Genesis logo and how the creases around it kind of just continue on to the hood and kind of open up there at the tail end. So I absolutely love that design element as well. But overall, so much better of a front end to the G70 compared to the previous generation. Not that the previous one was bad, but this one is dang good. I just wanted to mention that. But now let's go ahead and make our way to the side of the G70. All right, and so I'm kind of limited on space here because of all the woods here, but hopefully the side profile is going to do it justice. But gloss black window surrounds are an option, or you can get this dark chrome look that we currently have, that you are currently looking at, I should say, right now. But one of my favorite design elements to the new G70 are these gloss black accents found in the lower portion of the front fender. And in case you guys are curious, you guys can see it towards the bottom there. Yes, they are actually functional for aerodynamic purposes. So I do actually like that they are there. So well done, Genesis. I like these accents. But so then taking a look at the side mirrors, they are body colored, power adjustable side mirrors. They will be heated across the board with LED integrated turn signals as well. They are also, however, power folding with the Genesis logo that illuminates onto the ground at night. And by the way, that comes with any particular package option that you get. So I did want to mention that, but that is a pretty cool look at night. Can't show it to you guys right now, but it's going to look pretty darn good at night. So I did want to mention that. Then taking a look at the wheel setup, because this is specific again to our launch edition that we're currently looking at, but 18-inch alloys coming with the 2.0T, 19-inch alloys then for every other configuration, and specific lightweight alloy wheels for this launch edition trim that we currently have today. They kind of look like the performance pack wheels back on the Ford Mustang GT that I had. So they look pretty darn good, I will say that. And the fact that they're lightweight for the launch edition makes them even better, of course. But overall, that about rounds out the side of this one. Let's go ahead and make our way to the back. It's open now since we are around back of this one. Of course, you have a matte gray shark fin antenna located all the way to the top there. Just below that, you kind of have a somewhat integrated rear spoiler. It kind of looks like it's not technically a rear spoiler, but it looks pretty darn good there nonetheless. Just below that, Genesis lettering spelled out horizontally. Of course, you have the all-wheel drive badging to the right, and of course the engine designation just beside that as well. But then to the sides, redesigned LED taillights coming standard across the board. Gotta love that as well. And all the way to the bottom, you will find dual oval exhaust outlets coming standard, integrated into the rear bumper. It's such a good look when exhaust outlets are integrated into the bumper, in my personal opinion. So having said that, like I said earlier, there are a couple different exhaust note configurations based on the drive mode. So I'm going to play both of them for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, here is that exhaust clip. All right, so now since we are around back of the G70 here, when it comes to opening that rear trunk, it actually is a hands-free smart trunk that comes standard across the board. So that is pretty cool. Essentially, when your hands are full, you just walk up behind it, it beeps 3 times, and that trunk will open up automatically for you. Or you can open it up manually. There actually is kind of a hidden button located on the trunk itself, so you do have that option as well. But once opened up, cargo capacity comes in at 10.5 cubic feet. If that was not enough space, there is a 60-40 split, meaning the rear seats do fold down for quite a bit of extra space there if you needed it then. Also found in that cargo area, you will find LED cargo lighting. You don't always get the LEDs back there. You usually get the halogens actually. So LEDs were pretty cool to find back there. Also within the cargo floor, you do have a spare tire under there, and you could probably fit some stuff around the spare tire for like some in-floor storage then as well if you wanted to. But then making our way up to the rear legroom, that is going to come in at 34.8 inches. So for reference, I am an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had in the rear seats there. Rear center armrest with cup holders does come standard. Rear ventilation coming standard as well. There is one USB charging port found back there as well. But then making our way to the front seats, 12-way power adjustable driver's seat with 4-way power lumbar does come standard. Leatherette surfaces are also going to come standard. Heated front seats also coming standard. But then if you jump up to the 2.0 Prestige or the 3.3 liter, you do get leather seating. Memory settings are going to come with all the 3.3 liter trim levels. Ventilated front seats coming with the 3.3 liter Sport Advanced trim level and up. Napa leather seating coming with the Sport Prestige then, and Launch Edition trim levels as well. And overall, actually, seating was plenty comfortable. I definitely did not have any issues with the seat comfort whatsoever. I love the quilted look as well. It is pretty darn cool. Also, I love the red leather. That is pretty cool. It definitely stands out, so it makes a statement. So definitely no issues with seat comfort whatsoever. But then taking a look at the steering wheel, it is tilt and telescoping. It is power adjustable for any of the 3.3 liter trim levels, and it will be heated then as well. That comes standard, by the way. That is pretty cool. I liked that. And actually that button for the heated steering wheel is located right around the climate control system stuff as opposed to actually on the steering wheel. So I wanted to mention that for you guys. But nonetheless, let's go ahead now and make our way to the startup, and let me start by showing you guys the key. You do have your Genesis logo on the one side. When you flip it over, lock, unlock, that button to pop the rear hatch, and that circular button that says hold, that is going to be your remote start as well. But it is all a push button start, and you actually do get a digital key if you were to go with the 3.3 liter Sport Advanced trim level and up. But essentially it's just an app that you download onto your phone. You hold your phone up to the driver's side door handle, or any door handle for that matter, and then place it on the wireless phone charger, and then you're able to actually start this one up by the push button start. So I wanted to mention that. But nonetheless, I'm gonna go ahead and put my foot on the brake and press that engine start button. But once started up, speedometer is gonna be all the way to your left. Then there is a digital portion to the gauges front and center, and also to your right, including that tachometer. But to adjust what is on those gauges, there actually are steering wheel mounted controls found on the right side of the steering wheel. So with that, you can check out your outside temperature, how many miles you have left until you hit empty. There is a compass up there. Of course, trip A, trip B, plenty of safety information you could check out up there when you need your next oil change. The list goes on, pretty much everything you could possibly want up there. But then making our way to overall interior quality, there is a wide sunroof with any particular package option. That's how you're going to get the sunroof there. Overhead sunglass holder is going to come standard across the board. There is a microfiber suede headliner for the 3.3 liter Sport Prestige and Launch Edition trims. That is currently what you guys are looking at right now. I love suede headliners. Those are typically what you find in Porsche, Lamborghini cars like that. So definitely a huge fan of seeing that here in our G70. Aluminum trim accents found on the doors, as well as just above the passenger side glove box. Also love that. And there's some aluminum trim accents on the actual glove box handle itself, which is pretty darn cool, I gotta say. Alloy foot pedals coming with the sport packages, and of course our Launch Edition trim then as well. Wireless phone charger can be had with any particular package option. That is pretty darn cool. And overall, I absolutely love the interior quality. I love that the quilted leather on the seats is brought onto the doors as well. And there's plenty of soft touch surfaces. I love the contrast stitching throughout. I love that it's a two-toned interior with the red and the black accents everywhere. Just in front of the shifter, you'll find a 12-volt power outlet, USB charging port, and of course your wireless phone charger there as well. Just behind the shifter, you have your drive mode adjustments, electromechanical parking brake, and dual cup holders, of course, as well. And just behind that, within the center armrest, there is one USB charging port and a decent amount of space overall. Then also one more thing I didn't want to forget, there is an auto-dimming rearview mirror, of course, with HomeLink controls for up to 3 different garage doors. So interior quality is certainly on point in the new G70 without a doubt. But let me now make my way to one of the new features for the 2022 G70 on the interior here, which is going to be the Tech. A 10.25 inch color touchscreen display now comes standard, whereas previously I think it was an 8-inch screen if I remember correctly. But nonetheless, this is pretty darn cool. Bluetooth and audio streaming do come standard. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, factory navigation system also coming standard. You actually have a voice voice memo system up there as well. So if you do not want to forget something, simply just make that voice memo and then play it back at a later date so you don't forget. You can check out your climate control information up there as well. And my personal favorite, sounds of nature. So like I always do in Hyundai and Genesis products, let me go ahead and pause for a second here and let you guys listen to some sounds of nature. And so now that we have got that out of the way, you can also check out your radio information up there as well. And by the way, there are a couple different sound systems for the G70. First one being a 6-speaker sound system that comes standard. Then there is a 15-speaker Lexicon sound system with 660 watts. That can be had with any of the package options. That's going to come with any of the packages. So having said that, what do you guys say? Let's go ahead and turn on the radio today, see what we got playing here, and let's test out the clarity of this one.
I wanna go.
It's great. Lexicon always kills it. Like, the clarity is always what really blows me away with these Lexicon sound systems, whether it be in the G80, the GV70, or this G70. Clarity is 100% on point, and I guess it's expected with that many speakers, but bass is plenty fine as well, but the clarity is really what blows me away there. But last thing I wanted to mention to you guys on the infotainment screen is, of course, when you do put the G70 in reverse, you will find a rear view camera coming standard across the board. It's very high definition as well, so well done Genesis for that. But not only that, there is a surround view monitor then coming with the Sport, Prestige, and Launch Edition trim levels, which is going to give you that bird's eye view all around you to the right there. But as always, that is going to lead us into safety. And so it gets even better when it comes to safety, because the G70 is an IIHS top safety pick plus, which is the very highest designation given by IIHS. So that pretty much says it all right there, but I'm going to continue nonetheless. Front side curtain airbags do come standard. Driver's knee airbag as well. In the back, you're going to have latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats. Rear child door locks, tire pressure monitoring system, but also coming standard across the board, a ton of advanced safety, including adaptive cruise control with stop and go, forward collision avoidance assist with junction turning, highway driving assist, driver attention warning system, lane keep assist, lane following assist, blind spot monitoring system with rear cross traffic alert, safe exit warning, and rear occupant alert then as well. And then if you were to go with any of the package options, that is going to add front and rear parking sensors then as well.